All right, fam, it's that time of the week again. Time for your weekly update in terrible real estate investments. Now, I actually sold a few of my other properties this week. One I actually got paid for. Pretty nice. So, I've been busy. But today we managed to knock out the deck framing. I had to rip out the old stuff, but the guy I bought this off had the right idea. His execution just, well, it wasn't great. I'll probably grind some of this off and add a steel bracket with some tap cons, probably, if I feel like it. Here on this deck, I'm still missing blocking in the back, in the middle, and the fascia boards. And ultimately, I think I'm going to have to make a concrete step, or maybe I'll just demo that and add some sort of decking steps. I haven't decided yet. But I'm pretty cheap. I'm pretty sure I could just drill a couple of tap cons and pour maybe like another 2 inches all the way around, and I'll get enough spacing there to have a complete step. Maybe. I don't know yet. As for the interior of the house, I received it with some, well, subpar subflooring.
Is that a rat down there?
Anyway, I've begun sealing all of the little gaps and all the corners in every room. Because while those gaps offer free air conditioning, they probably aren't great. Also, the entire house is level and up to code. So what I'm going to end up doing is just smoothing out all the floors and placing the appropriate OSB on top of this. And I'll vapor barrier underneath just to keep the moisture out, because, you know. And while some of the subfloors looked like that, some of them, well, I mean, these are fine. I don't know what they were doing here with this crap. Really? Anyway, that makes my life quite a bit easier.
Ooh.
And no, I'm not adding a ton of weight to the subfloor. I'll be using regular 7/16 OSB, keeping the weight and cost down. I've also gone ahead and pre-ordered my siding. I love this stuff, as you guys know. This makes siding a one-man job, which is always great, because then I get paid to play with myself. And the decking that I tore out of the front, well, it became the back deck, because I'm not gonna throw that away. That's perfectly good lumber. That is a huge fly. Look at that. Oh man. Here's a quick tip. When you're cutting stringers, you will inevitably end up with these little square triangles. But everybody knows triangles make everything stronger. So don't throw them away. You're making a deck, use them for your corners. It reinforces the heck out of them. This thing won't shake. Look at that. Awesome. And yeah, I use them on every corner. I mean, why not? It's free. And finally, I don't know. I think I'm ultimately going to end up ripping off the old siding. My original plan was just to slap OSB on top of it, but I don't think the ridges are going to line up, and if they do, there seems to be a minor slope. You guys can see there's a tiny bit of pitch there, and while that's great for water, it's going to not look great. See the gap there? No gap up there. Ultimately, I think I'm gonna have to fur some of these out with 1x material. Then I'll be able to add my sheeting, and it'll look nice, I think. I hope. It's also surprisingly cool in the house, considering there's no freaking insulation in these walls. So I'll be redoing the outside one section at a time, or one wall at a time, ripping off the siding, placing insulation, adding my furring strips, and then the new OSB. As far as stuff that touches the ground, well, you're not really supposed to have lumber touching the ground. So this is a no-no. But I am super cheap, and I'm not replacing that with pressure-treated plywood. Hold on a second. Hold on. Now, the guy I bought this house from did leave behind some 4x8 sheets of hardy siding, which is pretty cool. And while those sheets can touch the ground, this still can't, so I probably will end up having to bite the bullet and getting either some zip rated for water or probably pressure treated plywood. Anyway, that's probably where I'm going to end this. Here's a little tip for those of y'all that like to work on things by yourself. Fascia, you're just gonna nail 1 2x to hold it in place there and nail the other end. Just like so. Now I can go nail the other end and I don't have to worry about this. Hold on a second. All right, now we should be able to nail our fascia boards. And for those of you that are wondering what I did, I cut this right in the center of the stud so I would have enough nailing space for my next stud. Now, there are a couple of ways you can get around this. You can always just sister another stud and nail into that, but I feel like this gives a little bit of a cleaner look. Not really, but that is what they say. So I'm doing this all one-handed. We're just gonna go ahead and use our foot prop here and nail away. Now let's go check our corner and it should be perfect. Ooh, baby, look at that. 2x6, I always nail 3. Now I've got to run the rest of the fascia and I'll be done for the day. And you can always avoid cuts if you lay out properly, which I absolutely did not, but there's a reason for that. The guys who did the floors here, or the leveling, didn't exactly space properly. So I just kind of had to work with what I had. Next time we'll tackle the decking and probably the exterior siding. Maybe. If I feel like it.